Hi, I'm Chandu Dissanayake. Here I'm going to do a walkthrough demonstration for assignment number 2 within ethical hacking module. So here in this assignment, for the assignment number 2, we have to demonstrate 6 selected attacks out of provided 10. So here you can see the 6 attacks that I have selected. Okay, all of these attacks will be totally demonstrated and explained within this walkthrough. Here we are going to the first attack demonstration. It is related to the topic Windows password cracking. So yeah, for this demonstration I will use two virtual machines, Windows 10 and Kali Linux on top of Oracle VirtualBox. So here you can see this is the VirtualBox, and Kali Linux machine is up and running. Windows 10 virtual machine is up and running. So here is my Kali Linux machine, and here is my Windows 10 machine. So what we are going to do here is simply here we have to crack Windows user account password. So imagine like I'm logged in but I don't know the password for this account, so I'm going to crack it. That's what I'm going to do. So in Windows, the hash values for the passwords oftenly stored within SAM. So what is SAM? SAM means a registry hive. So SAM stands for Security Account Manager. That's the one which store the hash values for the passwords within Windows systems. So here for this case, for my user account here, for like that user account also, the password is hashed and saved within that SAM registry hive. That means Security Account Manager. So let's see, let's locate and explore where's the SAM file or the SAM registry hive within the Windows system. So here I'm going to this PC, and after local disk or the C drive, then Windows, then system 32. So here it is, config, and you can see, yeah, you can see registry hives there. Several registry hives are there. So what we are going to utilize here is this SAM registry hive and system registry hive. If I explain the reason, the SAM is going to give us the hashes for the password for this Windows user account. So those hashes also encrypted. So how we can decrypt that is we can use this system registry hive. This stores, or this contains the decrypt key or the sys key to decrypt this SAM registry hive or the password hashes within this SAM registry hive. So that simply means we need both of these registry hives, SAM and system. So we can't directly copy these registry hives into Kali Linux or wherever we want. What we can do here is like with the use of reg save command within administrator command line, we can copy these two registry hives to another place. So we are going to do that now. Before that, I'm going to show you my actual password for this virtual machine. So I'm going to here input keyboard. Okay, I'm gonna use soft keyboard, Windows L. I'm going to lock the machine. So here, what my password is, I will show you because we are going to crack this password. So my password is password. All the letters are simple and no any special characters. I'm going to enter that. So that's the password. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open here the CMD command line interface or the command prompt. I'm going to run this as administrator, like reg save HKLM and tab. So this is the registry we are going to utilize. So we are going to copy. So where we need to copy is like for the C drive. Okay, this is the command. The operation completed successfully. Okay, then let's copy the system file also. HKLM system C drive system. Okay, the operation completed successfully. So if I explain these two commands, first, the reg save is used in Windows to save a copy of any registry hive. So here in this case we use Security Account Manager or the SAM registry hive. Here you can see reg, right? Yeah, you can see reg. What that means is the Windows registry command line utility. That means the Windows registry command line utility. So here save means, you know it, the word actually bear the meaning, the operation that saves a registry hive to a file. So this is the place we are going to extract, or we are going to get the actual registry hive, and yeah, this is the place we are going to copy that. Okay, the same scenario applied for this one also. Okay, yeah, we copied those two registry hives as files into our C drive. So let's go to our C drive, this PC, C drive. So here you can see these are the two files we are just copied. So now what we have to do is we have to copy these two files into the Kali machine for cracking. So I already copied those two files. So here you can see. So here I copied those two files, SAM and system file. So the tool I'm going to utilize here is, wait a minute, I will show you. Password attacks, op crack. This is the tool. This is the tool that we are going to utilize for crack the password. So first of all, what I'm going to do is open terminal here, and what I'm going to do is, like, we can't directly crack the SAM file or the system file. I mentioned you previously, the hashes within the SAM file are encrypted. The decrypting key is in the system file, right? So what we're going to do is first decrypting the SAM file and extracting the hash values. So for that purpose, we are going to use samdump2. This is the command samdump2 tool, and I'm going to give here the command samdump2 system sam. These are the two registry types of the files we are going to utilize here. Then the output is I'm going to put here winkey.txt, right? So what I'm going to do here is like extracting the hash values from the SAM file. So I did that previously, so I got the values. So I'm going to show that these are the hash values, decrypted hash values for the user counts. So the first four are disabled. I think this administrator, guest, and there are two others. Here, this is the my account. As you can see, yeah. So you can see here, this is my account. This is my name, and you can see here hash value of the password for my account. So these are not important for us for this moment. We are going to focus on this one. So what we can do here is, I'm going to utilize opcrack tool. First we load the table. This is the free table that I'm going to use here. So I downloaded and installed that table and configured that with this opcrack tool. So here I installed it into the tool. Okay. So thereafter I'm going to load pw dump file. So the pw dump file should be the file with hash values. So here desktop sam winkey.txt, that's the file I created. So I imported that file into the tool. So the first four are disabled. So I'm going to delete those things because we don't need those things here. Yeah. Here this is the user Chandu, that's my name, and we are going to crack that password. So let's crack it. Okay, I'm going to click on top of crack. So it is going to crack. So let's wait. Brute force is going. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can see here the cracked password is password. Here you can see the cracked password is password for the account Chandu. Here this said that brute force done, pwd found 1/1. Okay, everything is done, and we completed this attack demonstration, the first one related to the Windows password cracking. So this is how we crack any password. Most of the times we can crack a simple password because here in that tool, wait a minute, I will show you. This tool utilized rainbow tables. So rainbow tables mean it has hash values and the passwords related to that for cracking passwords. So if we use somewhat strong password with like more than 8 characters with the combination of special characters, uppercase and lowercase letters and those things, it is hard to crack. So as a mitigation method, we can use strong password for the user counts, not only in Windows but also in any platform. Okay, that's how we completed the Windows password cracking attack demonstration. Okay, here I'm going to demonstrate the second attack related to steganography actually, and the tool here we are going to utilize is Snow, and the attack titled as the Snow White Space. Okay, let's directly dive into the attack. For this attack, I'm not going to use any virtual machines or any lab setup. I'm going to use my Windows 11 host machine to do the attack demonstration. So these are the attacks that I'm going to demonstrate within the assignment, and here I'm going to do Snow White Space, Snow 32. Here you can see this is the application that we are going to utilize to do the attack demonstration, and simply it is all about steganography. So steganography, in the sense, it is a practice of hiding a secret message or data within another non-secret file or message, like a carrier. It can be an image, it can be an audio file, it can be a video file, anything, so that the existence of the hidden message is concealed, or it is really hidden. We can't see if there's any message or not. In simple words, it's like writing a message in invisible ink on a piece of paper. The message is there but not easily noticeable, so we don't know is there any message here or something like that. We can't identify. So when it comes to the purpose of steganography, it is not like encryption. Encryption, in the sense, it is like we know there's a message here, but we can't read because it is like encrypted with algorithms or something like that. So we know the message is here, but we can't read. That is encryption. Here, when it comes to the steganography, we don't know is there any message here or not. Simply the steganography hides the existence of the message. That's the difference between steganography and encryption. So when it comes to the common carriers of the steganographic message or stegotexts, images, audio files, videos, and even text documents are the main and popular carriers of the steganographic messages. Carriers means in the sense like those contains the hidden messages. It contains another thing, but inside of it there's a hidden message. That's the meaning of carrier. So what we are going to do here is hiding a message inside of a text file within its white spaces, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the directory of the application, and I'm going to open it with command line interface. I'm going to change the directory into that directory which has the application. There's no application. Okay, I changed the directory, and now what? So now I'm going to see the directory, the content within the directory. Okay, so I'm going to use snow slash question mark to realize the snow application is working or not. Okay, it is working fine. We can see the flags that we can use, and the commands we can use to do the tasks with the use of snow. Okay, it is working. And now what? Now here you can see there's a cover text. This is the cover text that I'm created. Simply, this is the carrier here. The carrier means the sense I explained you. Carrier is the file that contains the hidden message. Here you can see I simply add a text like I'm Chandu Dissanayake, my name. So here you can see that thing only. This is the cover text. We call this as cover text because this is not the hidden text. This is the cover text, right? So this covers the hidden text. So here we can see if I just click Control A, these are the all content here. So this is the cover text we are going to use. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type a command as snow, and thereafter capital C dash P. P means the password. I'm going to set a password here. Let me in. That's the password. And after the secret message or the hidden message, I'm going to add a hidden message to that cover text file. Okay, the file named as cover, you can see cover.txt here. So I'm going to add a hidden message to this cover.txt file. I'm going to add that hidden message to white spaces on that cover text. So okay, let's see what happened. The message is I'm going to put a message like you can't see me, okay. Thereafter I'm going to mention the carrier file cover.txt and the final output file or the stego file stego.txt. This stego.txt will be the steganographic file. It contains the hidden message and both cover message. So here this cover.txt only include the cover text. No, this one is going to include both cover text and this hidden text. You can't see me is the hidden text. And yeah, okay, we're going to execute that command. Okay, compressed by 39 point something percent. Message exceeded available space by approximately this amount, and extra 2 lines were added. So let's see what happens. Here a new file created stego.txt. Let's see that. You can see here the same content here, right? I'm Chandu Dissanayake. This is the cover text. I mentioned you cover text is the text that is going to appear to the out, right? This is the text that appears to us. Okay, but there is a hidden message here. So here if I click Control and Alt, yeah, you can see here so many white spaces are there, right? So in this white space, that hidden message exists. So what we can do to reveal that hidden message, here I'm going to demonstrate it again. In here within the cover text, if I'm going to click Control A, these are the total content here, right? I'm Chandu Dissanayake. This is the whole thing. When I go to stego.txt and Control A, there are so many white spaces. That means the hidden messages contains, or the hidden messages existed here. Okay, exists here, it exists here simply. So okay, let's reveal the hidden message within the stego.txt file. Okay, now I'm going to the same command line interface. Now I have a stego.txt file. I'm going to reveal the hidden message. So snow dash c, and we're going to set the password, not setting the password, give the password to reveal the hidden message. If we don't know the password, we can't reveal. That's the purpose. If someone create this file with setting the password and send it to someone, if he knows the password, he can reveal the hidden text. If he don't know, he can't, because if we set a password when we compress a hidden message into that file, we need to give the password, or we need to give the password within the command when we reveal the password also. So I give the password, let me in, and simply thereafter the name of the stego file, so the name of the file is stego.txt. So here you can see, wait a minute, yeah, here this is the command that I executed, and this is the hidden message that we extracted. Okay, so this is simply the white space case. Okay, we hide a message inside a cover.txt, or a text file, and we reveal that hidden message with the use of the previously set password. Okay, the hidden message is "you can't see me." So that's how we complete the second attack demonstration related to snow white space or steganography. Okay, so yeah, that's simply it. And if I describe the mitigation method, simply the mitigation will be monitor file integrity and unexpected white spaces changes. As you saw previously, this cover.txt has uh, this cover.txt has only this type of content. If you go to stego.txt, we have this much of content with white spaces. Okay, so we can monitor unexpected white space changes to find any hidden messages, or monitor file integrity. File integrity in the sense we can create this cover.txt, and we can get hash value of it, like md5 hash or sha256 sha512. Okay, like that we can check the integrity. If this file changed or modified, that hash value going to be changed. So by monitoring file integrity and unexpected white space changes, we can identify the possible hidden text or the possible steganographic messages within files. So that's simply the snow white space attack, or the snow white space steganographic thing. So yeah, we completed that task also. Okay, here I'm going to demonstrate the third attack related to phishing, or phishing user credentials. So here in this case, what I'm going to use, or what I'm going to utilize is my virtual machines. The first one is my Kali Linux machine, and thereafter Windows 10 machine, as you can see here. So both of the virtual machines run on top of VirtualBox, as you know. Okay, Kali Linux up and running, Windows 10 up and running, as you can see. So here, when it comes to the this type of attack, this is simply about phishing, right? So phishing, in the sense, it is a type of a cyber attack where attackers try to trick people into giving away sensitive information like passwords, credit card numbers, or personal details, or like user credentials for their social media accounts, like that. And also, especially by pretending to be a trustworthy source, they appeared simply as a legitimate source and do the stuff. So here, what I'm going to do here is simply I'm going to clone a website, clone a popular social media platform or something like that. Here I'm going to utilize LinkedIn, or I'm going to clone a site exactly looks like a LinkedIn login page, and I'm going to harvest the credentials of a victim. So that's simply it. So what I'm going to use is, the tool that I'm going to utilize is social engineering toolkit. So it should be run or execute with root privileges. So I'm going to run it with sudo sc toolkit. Yeah, now you can see the social engineering toolkit. There are several options here to select. I'm going to select social engineering attacks. Phishing, in the sense, phishing means it is a social engineering attack. Social engineering means we need to communicate, or we need to interact with users to induce them to do something to get benefits, or get sensitive information of them, or get user credentials of them, or like that. So I set the option as 1. Thereafter, uh, here I'm going to utilize the website attack vectors, because I'm going to create a clone site. Here I'm going to create a cloning site related to LinkedIn that exactly looks like LinkedIn login page. So here I'm going to set the option as 2. Thereafter, credential harvester attack method is the one that I'm going to select. 3, Okay, what I'm going to do here is, I don't want any web templates. I'm also not going with custom import. I prefer site clone. I need to clone a site. So IP address for the host back in Harvest or Harvester, right? So my IP address is, I'm going to use a command ifconfig, and here you can see 192.168.10.5 is my IP address. Okay, I'm going to set that one. Here it is mentioned here 192.168.10.5. Okay, enter the URL to clone. So here I need to set the URL as the LinkedIn URL. First of all, let's check that the IP of Windows 10 192.168.10.4 is the IP address of victim machine, right? I'm directing back to the Kali machine and enter the URL to clone. The URL is https://www.linkedin.com. LinkedIn.com. We need to concern about the spellings here. Thereafter slash login, because this is the login portal, right? So I'm going to clone that site, and first of all I'm going to check whether it is correct. https://www.linkedin.com login. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to enter that. Okay, site will be cloned soon. Okay, information will be displayed to you as it arrives below. Okay, in this scenario it is listening for credentials, like harvesting credentials. So the website is the cloned website is up and running. What we have to do here is, I'm head back to Windows 10 machine. Okay, I use Microsoft Edge. I'm going to set as http://192.168.10.5, because that's the IP of our attacker's machine. So I'm going to verify it. 192.168.10.5. That's it. 192.168.10.5. Okay, I'm going to enter that. Okay, this is the LinkedIn login page. It is exactly looks like same, right? So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to enter a test email, test@test.com. Thereafter a password, I enter the password as usually I'm going to use let me in, right? Yeah, this is the password. I'm going to first of all, wait a minute. I'm going to head back to Kali Linux machine, and you can see here there's something happened. Someone load the clone site. It tells that there's a whole lot of output, right? So it simply tells that someone logged in or someone opened the clone site. So it is actually waiting for the credentials. I'm not still entered the credentials, so I'm going to enter those things. Let me in test@test.com. Remember the email that I entered and the password that I entered, right? The password is let me in and the email is test@test.com. I'm going to sign in. Okay, that's it. Here you can see uh, session password is found as let me in, the password that I entered in the side of victim. So the password is let me in, and okay, what is the email address that I entered? Okay, session key test@test.com, email and the password found. So the credential harvested. So the attack demonstration is completed successfully. When it comes to the output, it is somewhat large and long. So what we can do here is, if we hard to find the password and the email address, we can copy this to a text file and find any evidence. Like if I do this here, I copy this thing and I'm going to create a document empty file here called test.txt. Okay, here it is. I'm going to enter the copy text here, and I can use, like, I can search for .com. Yeah, there are two matches here. Com is here, not that. And here you can see session key is test@test.com, like that. If you are looking for Gmail account, we can just search here Gmail or something like that. So for the password, I can search password. Okay, two matches. I'm going to check. Okay, the first one is session password let me in. We found the password also. So that's how easy to harvest credentials. So do a phishing attack and harvest the credentials. So yeah, that's how the attack happened. So when it comes to the victim side, what happens means, like, after we clicked on top of the sign in, it loads the actual LinkedIn page. It redirected to actual LinkedIn page. So the victim has no any curiosity about like what's going on. I entered the email and password correctly, but it doesn't work. There's something malicious in it, like that. Users don't going to think like that, because the LinkedIn page, the original LinkedIn page, loads after the cloned one. So that's how it works. And we harvested the credentials. Actually, we got the username or the email or the password, and we completed the attack. We completed the attack demonstration related to phishing or the credential harvesting, the mitigation methods. As day-to-day internet users, we can always check for the links we are directed to. Here I'm going to demonstrate the fourth attack, or the attack related to FTP, simply cracking FTP credentials with the use of dictionary attack. So here in this case I'm going to use two virtual machines. The first one is Kali Linux as usual, and the second one is, as you can see here, Metasploitable. So with the use of these two virtual machines, I'm going to complete the attack demonstration actually. So here I utilize Oracle VirtualBox Manager to run virtual machines as usual. You can see here Kali Linux is up and running, Metasploitable is up and running. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is checking the IP addresses of both virtual machines. This is from my Kali machine. I'm going to enter ifconfig. So here the IP address is 192.168.10.5. This is the IP address of Kali Linux machine, or the attacker's machine. In this case, the Kali Linux is the attacker and the Metasploitable is the victim. Okay, then I'm going to check the IP address in Metasploitable. So I'm going to enter the command ifconfig. So here you can see 192.168.10.6 as the IP address of this Metasploitable machine, or the victim's machine. So okay, when talking about FTP, FTP is simply FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. FTP is a standard network protocol used to transfer files between a client and a server over the internet, or it can be a local network. So it's simply used to upload or download files from a remote server, or requires a username and password, but some services allow anonymous access, and it frequently used by web developers to upload website files to a hosting server like that. So that is the usage of FTP, and as I mentioned previously, it stands for File Transfer Protocol. So here in this case, you can see this is the Metasploitable machine. This machine runs a FTP server. So here this is the server, and the Kali Linux machine can be identified as the client who's going to logged into that service, that file transfer protocol service. So what can we do here is, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to search vulnerabilities, so open ports within the Metasploitable or the existing Metasploitable machine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a nmap scan. So I'm going to explore the versions of the FTP services and others. So I'm going to use S and capital V, and the IP address is 192.168.10.6. So nmap -sv 192.168.10.6. I'm going to run the scan. So let's see the output. Yeah, here it is. There are so many open ports, as you can see: FTP open, SSH open, Telnet open, SMTP open, like that. So many services are open here because Metasploitable is a vulnerable machine, So here we consider only about this FTP or the 21 port. It is also open, right? So the version is VSFTPD 2.3.4. So that's the version. So what I'm going to do here is, I don't know the password. Okay, I don't know the username or the password to logged in for the FTP service. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to launch a dictionary attack. So dictionary attack simply means we are providing a dictionary, and from that dictionary simply means the list of words, right? List of possible usernames or passwords, right? So what it does means, it takes all possibilities and check by putting it to that field, by posting it to that service. If it is correct, it's going to show us the correct password or username. It is easier to understand with the practical itself. So I'm going to launch a dictionary attack with the use of the tool Hydra. Here the tool that I'm going to use or utilize to launch FTP attack is Hydra. So I'm going to utilize Hydra dash L for add usernames dictionary. So I have a dictionary for usernames. Sorry, I need to direct towards desktop because my two dictionaries are inside desktop, so it is easy to direct towards desktop. Okay, now we are in desktop, as you can see here, and this is the username dictionary, and this is the password dictionary. So the command is Hydra dash L for the usernames, the text or that dictionary, and then capital P for the passwords dictionary, password.text. So the service that we are going to attack is FTP. Okay, colon slash slash 192.168.10.6, because the IP address of the victim or the machine that runs FTP is 192.168.10.6, right? So I'm going to launch the dictionary attack by pressing enter. Okay, the attack is ongoing. So let's see the output. Okay, it's finding the correct password and the correct username among all possibilities. Okay, then it found the correct password and username. As you can see here, here the login is msfadmin, that means the username, and the password is msfadmin. So simple password and username, so that's why it cracks that username and password so quickly. So yeah, let's see if we can log in into the FTP service with the use of this username and password. So I'm going to exit from the attack. Okay, what I'm going to do here is FTP 192.168.10.6. so here it is asking for name. It should be the username, so I'm going to enter the username as msfadmin. Okay, password, it is asking for the password msfadmin. Okay, here we in. So now we are inside the FTP service. We can do we can search for the content inside this file transfer protocol service. Like if we use ls command, here we can see the content inside it, and we can download and upload contents to this service. So if I describe, this FTP service is used to upload or download files from a remote server. So imagine in this case the Metasploitable's FTP is the FTP server or the remote FTP server. Here in this scenario it is not a remote one, it is locally hosting. So that's the case. So here it requires username and password to join or logged in. So we found username and password with the use of dictionary attack, and we logged in. Now it's all done. So what we can do here is, you can see here there's a file called confidential.txt. This is the one I created from the side of Metasploitable. Here from the Metasploitable side, you can see if I list the content, there's a folder called vulnerable and there's a text file called confidential.txt. So here those are the things that demonstrates here as well. So confidential.txt. So what I can do here is I can simply type get and confidential.txt. So here I got the file. It is saying that transaction scheduled, amount 2.4 million from this account to this account, transfer method is this, and date and time, authorized by, like, this is a confidential message, right? So in the real world scenarios, if this FTP services are not configured well, so this will be the thing that going to happen. So as a mitigation method, what we can do is we can change default passwords. You know, the default password for the FTP service is msfadmin, you know, so we can change it to a better password or strong password. Then it will be harder to crack that password, then it will be harder to crack that username. So we can change the default username, we can change the default password, and thereby we can, up to a certain level, we can secure the FTP service. So that's how we crack the username and password related to this FTP service and get the access to the FTP service hosted by the Metasploitable. So after entering it to the FTP service, we downloaded file inside it. So we can do many things with the use of this access or this terminal, FTP terminal. So yeah, we completed the task, we completed this attack demonstration successfully. So we got the access to FTP service by cracking password and the username. So that's how it happened. So as I mentioned previously, the best mitigation method is changing the default username and password and put strong passwords and usernames for the FTP service. So that's it. So okay, now I'm going to demonstrate the fifth attack, or the Android hacking related attack, with the use of the tool FatRat. Okay, for this attack demonstration I will use the Kali Linux virtual machine and also my mobile, because here in this task we are going to hack and do the relevant stuff with mobile. So this attack is titled as hacking Android or Android hacking. So I'm going to use my mobile for the demonstration purposes. Okay, So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm head back to the Kali Linux, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my IP address here. 192.168.10.5 is my IP address. So the thing is, now think like this: can we hack or get a reverse connection back to this machine if we don't have access to the internet, or if we can't get the reverse connection back to this machine, this local machine, because this is running as a local machine, right? So there's no any connection with public internet, or we can't get reverse connection back to our local machine if we don't use any tool or service for port forwarding. So here I'm going to use a port forwarding service called ngrok. So the first thing that I'm going to do is executes the command and grok tcp 4444. The port 4444 is the tcp port that I'm going to use and make enable to the public internet. So I'm going to execute that command. Okay, now I can get reverse connection back from any remote device. Okay, so simply within Android hacking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a payload and send it to the victim. That means my mobile. Through any platform, we can use WhatsApp, mail, or anything. So we can send the payload, and when the victim clicked on the payload or install the payload and run within a victim's device, not the payload, actually it is the APK file that I'm going to share with the victim, because this is Android hacking. When it comes to the Android, the payload will be an APK file. So after he installed and clicked the APK file, I can get the reverse connection back to this machine directly, because this is available for public internet because of this ngrok port forwarding service. Okay then, so now I'm going to create the payload. So how I'm going to create the payload is, first thing that I'm going to do is sudo fatrat. This is the tool that I'm going to use for this attack demonstration as recommended according to the assignment, as simply instructed by the assignment. We need to use fatrat tool. Okay, it's checking the relevant things to run the fatrat tool. Press enter key to continue. Okay, wait for starting a service. PostgreSQL, press enter to continue. So okay, this is the fatrat tool. There are several options, so I'm going to select the first option that says create backdoor with MSF Venom. So the option is 1. So I'm going to create the payload for Android. So the option is 3, signed Android fatrat APK. Okay, your local IPv4 address is simply the tool giving us data about our system. So it says that set lhost IP. So if I set the IP as like my local IP, it's not going to work, because it's not available for public internet. So I'm going to enter the thing, the address provided by ngrok 0.tcp.in.ngrok.io. So that's the simply IP address that I'm going to provide as lhost. Okay, so within the payload originates the reverse connection back to this address, right? So not the port only up to ngrok.io. So that's the lhost. The port will be 16746. So that will be the L port. Please enter the base name for output files. Okay, any name that I can choose here. For now I say like backdoor.apk is fine, right? Backdoor.apk. The backdoor is enough, or something like yeah, backdoor is fine. Okay, the payload should be Android interpreter reverse TCP. We want to get a TCP connection back towards us, so it should be reverse TCP, not reverse HTTP, HTTPS, or something like that. You need Android interpreter reverse TCP. So I'm going to select option 3. Okay, creating rat payload with MSF Venom. You can see lhost is the ngrok address. Thereafter the port is the port provided by ngrok, and the output name is backdoor.apk, and the payload we are going to create is Android interpreter reverse TCP. Okay, it will take some time to creation the payload. Done. Okay, creating a valid certificate, signing your payload APK. Done. Do you want to create a listener for this configuration to use in MSF console in future? Do you want to create a listener for this configuration to use in MSF console in future? No, I don't want. Your payload APK was created and signed. Okay, totally fine. Let's go to the documents. Okay, here you can see backdoor.apk. This is the apk file that we are just created. So what we have to do now is we have to send this file to uh, the mobile. So in this time I'm using my mobile to demonstrate the attack. Okay, so now I'm going to send this file to my mobile. Okay, I shared the payload to the mobile using using WhatsApp for this moment, and after what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my mobile interface using an application called Scrippy here. I connected my mobile to the machine using USB cable, and I switched on USB debugging on my mobile, and I'm going to share my screen of my mobile to this desktop screen. Okay, so you can see this is the my mobile interface actually. So I'm going to install this backdoor.apk to my mobile. It is asking, do you want to install this application? Install. This app may be harmful. Unsafe app blocked. Google Play Protect. Okay, install anyway. So this is the security scan. This app contains viruses. That's why we need proper antivirus softwares to detect uh, this type of like hacking scenarios, Android hacking or malicious scenarios. So if we use any proper antivirus software, we can prevent from those types of attacks. So it says that this app contains viruses for the attack demonstration purpose. I'm going to ignore that and install. I'm going to close that. Okay, that's it for now. And now we have to create our listener from Linux, right? So I'm going to the Kali again. I'm going to my terminal, and here I'm going back to my menu, the fat rat menu. Okay, the option will be 10. Says that jump to MSF console. We need to configure a listener within a MSF console. So it is loading. You see, starting the Metasploit framework console. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use exploit multi handler. So here we are going to set up our listener. So we have to tell what is the payload that we used uh, while the creation of the payload and sending the payload and those stuff. So we used payload set payload. What is the payload that we used is Android interpreter, Android interpreter reverse TCP. That's the payload that we have used while the creation of the payload. Okay, we set that payload. So we can head back to options to see. Okay, we have to fill lhost. As you remember, we set the lhost as the ngrok address when creating the payload. So that means now payload is in my mobile, right? So if the victim click that payload or the backdoor.apk, the payload is looking for where I'm going to direct the traffic, where I'm going to direct the connection back. So he simply direct the connection back to the ngrok address and the ngrok port. So here after that ngrok going to send that connection back to us, back to our local system. So here in this listener I'm going to put my local related one. So in this case I'm going to set lhost as 0.0.0.0 because here in this case we need to listen from every possible way. We need to listen from all the platforms for incoming connections. So I set the host as 0.0.0.0. So port already configured as 4444. It is fine. So the connection that obtained by ngrok will be directed to our 4444 port. So it is fine. So I'm going to look options again. So everything seems to be fine. That okay, everything is good. Now I'm going to say exploit. Okay, started reverse TCP handler. Everything is fine. The service is the MSF console is listening now for incoming connections. So yeah. Okay, now what? Now we are going to our mobile, and what we are going to do is uh, this is the backdoor.apk that we just installed. This appearing like main activity. So what can we do here is I'm going to click main activity and going to open. Okay, it is asking for permissions. location, phone, SMS, microphone, contacts, camera, files and media, call logs. Okay, for now I'm going to continue. Okay, here we can see we got a reverse connection back to our local or the Kali Linux machines MSF listener. So listener done his job. We got the reverse connection back to us when we actually click the backdoor or the APK from the victim side. So here you can see I just press the main activity or the backdoor, and thereafter I got the reverse connection back. So here within the interpreter, I can like look for the system info. So operating system is Android 11, Linux 4.14.186. So a lot of details are there. The architecture is 64, like you can see those details. And if we need to check webcams or the cameras within this Android device, yeah, you can see there are two cameras here, back camera and front camera. And also we can dump call logs, we can get contacts, and like a lot of information we can extract here. So we done the attack demonstration successfully. We got the reverse connection back, and now we have full control to the Android device, to my Android device. So here's my Android device. We have full connection to this Android device. When considering about the mitigation methods, it is simply like follow guidelines provided by antivirus software. If it is mentioned, this particular application is malicious, don't use it. Always use antivirus software or every security measures that you can use for the mobiles, not only for the mobiles, for every device you use. So that's the mitigation method. In here for this attack demonstration, I'm only showing the WPA handshake cracking part because assignment instructed to use aircrack NG and crack the WPA 2. That's it. So, but I need to explain up to this level how I follow up. First I configured Wi-Fi adapter with monitor mode to my Kali machine, as you can see. So thereafter I switched on the monitor mode. Then I discovered networks with aerodump NG. So I found my network and I got the MAC address or BSS ID and channel number of my network. So after that I start to capture WPA handshake for my network with found BSS ID and channel number. Simultaneously, I launched reauthentication attack. That is because to remove logged in users for that network, so those users will be logged again. So in my case, my mobile logged into my Wi-Fi network, so it disconnected because of the reauthentication attack. Anyhow, I logged in again with my mobile, so WPA handshake captured successfully. So here you can see the captured handshake file. So I'm going to crack it with the use of aircrack NG and the word list. So okay, that's how I follow up this WPA2 cracking instance or the demonstration. So here I'm going to show you how I crack the WPA handshake file actually. So here you can see the command is aircrack ng and the captured file and the word list that we are going to use to launch a dictionary attack for it. So here I'm going to launch the attack. Okay, here you can see we found the key and we cracked the WP handshake successfully. So the key is 4A1061E1. So that's the key. We found the password for that particular Wi-Fi network. So here in this case my Wi-Fi network. So here I completed the task or the attack demonstration successfully. Here we utilized Wi-Fi adapter with monitor mode and some tools and completed the attack successfully.